This is Forza Horizon 3. We're on Xbox Series X, so the game inherits its Xbox One X enhancements. That means we get a native 4K resolution at 30 FPS. So this also supports HDR and is sadly no longer available for purchase. That's right, the game has been discontinued due to the licensing, and that's honestly a bit of a crime because this is one of the best racing games ever made. Until I played Forza Horizon 4, I actually thought it was the best racing game ever created. And even then, I know many would argue, due to the type of environment that you're racing along, that it was the better of the two. I personally find some of the features and improvements in the one that follows this to make it a little bit better, but I totally get where people are coming from when it comes to the quality of the experience. The game is amazing, it's breathtaking, it's absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, it's kind of a shame we'll never get the full 60 FPS glory on the Series X that this game really could probably deliver at this point, because I imagine that would just be absolutely stunning. So yeah, we're kind of smashing up this really expensive, beautiful Lamborghini because I'm an absolute monster. But yeah, this game is just amazing. It's such a well-done title with countless hours of objectives and modes and things you can do as you build up your festival across this massive map that's got so many different locations. And then there's DLC. There's the crazy Hot Wheels, and there's the Blizzard one. I don't think I ended up getting the Blizzard one, and I kind of maybe regret not doing that. I think I missed out on it because they were doing review codes and I asked too late, but it is what it is, right? Anyways, this game is just gorgeous. If you're not familiar with the Forza Horizon series, it's basically open world driving. You just get to go across this gorgeous landscape that is in Australia with this particular release. There are collectibles to gather, there are signs to hit, scenic places to visit, lots of different races to do, challenges along the way. And it's stunning, day-night cycles. They actually went to Australia and they just shot the sky with, using their cameras, and that's how they captured the sky in this one, and it looks absolutely amazing. It's such a breathtaking game the whole way through it. It really is quite amazing. And my driving, geez, well, it is raining a little bit. Anyways, like I was saying, the game's kind of amazing. You get some little variance within the weather and the time of day, as well as you go doing all kinds of crazy racing. So I can actually just kind of drive up to a race and get going, or I can just take in the open road, and I'm really not sure what I want to do specifically, because I do absolutely love just driving along, because the game is so, the world and the environment is just absolutely amazing. It's such a distinct selection of landscapes. You're going from this amazing selection of beach areas to more of a rough outback, and there's a city location which we're kind of driving to. It just really offers a lot, and there's drivatars, which are kind of individual players from online that are being represented, and it's kind of got a passive kind of multiplayer type thing, and you can do different races with others. It just offers a lot, and I remember reviewing this back in the day before it came out and just being so excited about it because it was amazing. I was like, wow, this is absolutely stunning, and visually it's still incredible. It looks so good. I mean, obviously having that 60 FPS would have been just the perfect extra, but even past that, I still think this is one absolutely gorgeous game. And I mean, you're not really getting any huge benefits past what was present on the One X. You are maybe getting a slightly boosted res on top of it, just slightly cleaner edges, but it really is very similar to what was present there. So you're not really seeing a huge boost over the other one. But I mean, if you can play this game, if you have it in your library, if you find a physical copy of it somewhere, it's definitely worth playing. It's such a great game. It's so beautiful and so well done, and it's so fun to play. And it handles so well. It's got great rewind features in case you don't mess up, and different difficulty tuning, hundreds of different cars, lots of different locations, so many different challenges you can do. It's just, it's a complete blast. It's such a crazy game, and even now I really do appreciate you know, like the visual quality of the environment here, and like the cool parties and stuff you could have, and the different events you could do. It's kind of wild. Why are there all these balloons over here? Oh, jeez. And it's just, it really was quite amazing. I was absolutely blown away by it. Just, you know, just how thrilling it was the whole way through. Okay, that's not really the race. We want to do something where it kind of takes us a little bit out of the city. And you can do like blueprints, and there's all this undiscovered stuff you can do. Sorry, I'm trying to find something that so kind of takes us out to the middle of like nowhere. We might just drive around. Like you can do like set races. There's tons of different races, like off-road, where you get long track. There's more like circuit-based racing. Again, making your own sort of races. It just offers countless hours of play. You can just go on and on and on, enjoying the amazing world that's present here. I guess I should also mention that with the 1x boost that goes in the game, they improve some of the textures and, you know, the visual quality of the cars and everything like that. And they just made it look a lot nicer. And I mean, the game for its time, this is amazing. And I can't wait to see really what they achieve with the next entry in the series. You know, I think they're really going to, well, I would expect a 4K 60. Maybe we'll get some bouts of ray tracing thrown in there, and, you know, who knows what else, right? Maybe we'll get some kind of performance mode where we get like 120 FPS or something. I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see. Just keep in mind that it is a lot more taxing to do an open world racing game. It's just, there's a lot more, you know, going on in regards to the comparison of being like a circuit-based game. That's just how it kind of goes, right? And there's so many different cars I could show you, but I love this vehicle. It's so awesome. And I do have tons of things unlocked. I've played this a lot since release. Well, not as much in recent years, you know, busy covering newer stuff, but yeah, it's just kind of an absolutely remarkable sort of experience, and I hope I'm kind of presenting it well just by driving around and letting you see it. I think that's a lot of this one is, you know, you could jump into like intense races, but I don't think that would quite gather the beauty of the vehicles. Oh, what a lovely car that I've absolutely demolished. Ooh, what an incredible experience this is. Seriously, this game is so good. Stop. There we go. Oh yeah, there's kind of like a jungle area too, which is kind of entertaining. They just have like they have all these distinct biomes. I just find that so interesting that they seem to capture every part of the country here. And I can't wait to see where they take us next. That's the exciting part of the Horizon series, is seeing, you know, what kind of location we end up going to. I'd love to see Canada someday because we have such, you know, varied landscapes here. But yeah, I'm just kind of truly intrigued to see what sort of world we get to visit next time and how the cars will have changed and the details of the environment. Because, I mean, you know, it's not necessarily perfect in regards to, like, some of the environmental aspects, but I think it loads and runs pretty well. And, you know, you can, like, gather points by doing, like, tricks and stuff, and you can smash things. And, you know, there's kind of a little bit of a reactive environment. But that's sort of the thing where I kind of mentioned, where it's like, it could be further in terms of the tech, and I think it'll be more detail in the environment and things you can smash and stuff. I always hit the wrong tree. Some of the trees you can break through, some of them you cannot. That's just kind of how it goes. It's like the rain has been very persistent today as we kind of head towards the outback. I almost think this is the best way to kind of show this game and talk about it, is just to drive along the different environments so you could see how much it changes. It's just kind of nuts, because that's more of like, you know, city farming area, and then we're starting to get closer to the outback, and it's just going to become a lot more of a rugged terrain, which is kind of crazy. Oh, come on. That post there. But yeah, there's just like a lot of races you can do. A lot of different locations you can visit. It kind of takes you, I guess you could say, area to area as you're starting out and building up your, you know, Horizon Festival. It's all about managing it and getting it bigger, and that's the light mechanic of it. It really is just about having fun, exploring like new heights, seeing new things, and enjoying what this wondrous world has to offer. And of course, there's a big, you know, airport type area you can go to and stuff, and you know, they cover all the bases in regards to like the different types of areas you would expect from a Forza title. And they just do a wonderful job of it. This is such a fun game. Like, even now, just driving around and stuff, it's kind of an absolute blast, and it's just gorgeous. It truly, truly is quite a remarkable development. And at the time, it was just kind of mind-blowing, because I thought, you know, Horizon 2 was, like, really great. And this just seems like an insane step up from that one. It makes that seem like such a, you know, a casual experience. I think that's where oh no, the airport's over there. Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of like an insane upgrade over that one. It's actually kind of funny how simplistic that one sort of looks, because I was like, wow, this is so cool. And then you get here and you're like, damn, this is nuts. And it just kind of captures, I think, the spirit of the location perfectly well. Oh, there goes all my points. That sucks, but it is what it is. I don't know, you just get a wide range of cars, tons of different places you can drive to, so many different rewards you can work towards. You know, kind of improving and tuning your cars, buying new cars. It just offers a lot of content, and it's such an amazing racing game. And it just sucks that people down the road won't be able to enjoy it. You know, it's just kind of like, I really wish, I guess you could say licensing-wise, that they could make this work going into the future. I hope for future Horizon titles that maybe they add a little bit more longevity to them. Because the licensing just doesn't. You know, I get that it doesn't last forever. In general, I think games need to get better licensing deals set up for that kind of thing. But you get what I'm saying, where it's just kind of like it's an absolute loss to the history and the future of gaming, where people aren't going to be able to go back and play these games. I know you can look at the motorsport series, you can be like, yeah, we don't really need to be able to see those older ones. I mean, it'd be nice to, but we don't really need to. Whereas with the Horizon series, every single one of the games, while the technology changes, they're completely different locations, and they have different feelings to them. You know, just completely different environments and setups and styles, and they're still worthwhile to go back to. I think every single entry in this series, the Horizon series, is worth playing even today, because they're so cool and varied and distinct. And they offer such a range of, like, different racing locations, and it's, you know, it's just disappointing that it's going to be harder for people to experience down the road, and I think that's just, like, the biggest shame, because I'll still be able to play them, because I, you know, have the ownership and everything through each of the entries in the series. But, you know, there's going to be a time where people just, well, already there's a time where people can't play the older ones, and it's just kind of great. The backwards compatibility allows us to have more legacy kind of play for games, but at the same time, you know, some of the licensing just makes it impossible to enjoy some of these great titles in the long run. And I've completely gone off pace in what I was talking about, you know, mainly focusing on this game, but I think the video quality sort of talks and shows itself off just as being one crazy great game. And I haven't even done a race. Like, I've just been driving around and I'm still having a blast just taking in what this has to offer. But you can jump out there and you can compete with people, you know, you can do all kinds of different races if you want. Or you can just drive and multiplayer options. It offers a lot. There's a lot of things to do, a lot of things to see, and a lot of fun to be had as you're, ooh, hitting tree. Yeah, that tree always kind of gets in there. But yeah, you go just like off the path, you can follow the roads. I think there's like achievements for hitting all of the roads, driving all of them. I don't even think I've driven all the roads. I've driven like hundreds here, but you know, there's always seemingly more of them somewhere that you can find. And then there's like barn finds and bucket lists. Oh, I thought that was going to be like an actual race that I could do. I didn't think it was a bucket list challenge, but oh, just discovered a new road. Speaking of it, never driven down this one. That's exciting. See, you go back, you play, you never know what you're going to find. Oh, come on, those look like trees I should be able to break down. Like I said, some of the trees, they smash. Some of them, nope. Gotta pick and choose your tree battles. It's like a big risk being like, okay, you're the tree I want. But yeah, you can even do like convoys and stuff, honk honk. It's a good time, and it really is such a magical and well done experience that is so cool. It's so unique, it's so different, and they really set up the opening in this one to be like a wild time. Like, look, we're in like a jungle now. Just like moments ago we were in the outback, and now we're driving along a dirt path in the middle of wherever. So you got 304 or 448 roads. Like, that's crazy. Like, I've played how many hours of this, and there's still more roads for me to find and discover. That's insane. Complete insanity, quite honestly. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this look at Forza Horizon 3 and got an idea of what the game is looking like even today. And it's a lovely game. It's a lovely time. And if you can play it, I do highly suggest giving it a whirl.